Our dog Feta loves laying in the backyard, so we wanted to give her a space all her own. We're doing an easy DIY with simple materials. Alex grabbed a pallet and we got to work. We made our measurements and cut off the last 2 slats using a circular saw. This was super easy, but left the ends a bit flimsy. We used some scrap wood we had in the garage to cap off the ends and screwed it to secure it. Then we headed to the store to pick up some 1x4s and cedar fence pickets to finish up our design. Using the 1x4s, we mapped out 4 legs to secure our roof to. Creating an angle we liked, we marked and cut these posts to size. We worked smarter and not harder and used the first boards we cut as templates for the remaining 3 legs. After giving the boards and the entire pallet a light sand, we secured the 4 posts with 3-inch wood screws to all 4 corners. Then we attached 2 side braces. This was as easy as lining up the angles and screwing them in from the side. Using the cedar pickets we picked up earlier, we capped off the front and the back of the pallet to create a more finished look. To finish the design off, we used more 1x4s to make a slat roof that flowed down the back. We measured and cut these boards in bulk and gave them a quick sanding before starting to attach them. Using a spacer board to keep consistency, we used a nail gun to secure the boards. You could also use screws here too. And just like that, our cabana was built. To finish it off, we decided to use a clear stain for the top, back, and the posts. This will protect the wood from the Texas rain since this cabana will be living in our yard. Using a rag and brush to apply the stain, this took no time at all. For the base, we used leftover exterior paint from our front door to coat the pallet. This was a harder job than anticipated to get in the grooves, but it was worth it for the final result. We moved it to Feta's favorite spot to lay in the yard and added a cute bed to match the rest of our outdoor decor.
To use up some scrap materials that I had lying around, I wanted to make a fun treat station for my lovable pup Zoe. I began with this old shelf that I had and I painted it. Next I came in with these scrap 2x4 pieces, and again I covered them in my Dixie Belle paint as well. Once all my pieces were dry, I brought them back in and I placed my 2x4s on top of the shelf piece. I flipped it over and then I drilled in 2-inch screws from the underneath. And then I came in with these brackets here. These are wrought iron brackets. Mounted those onto the top of my 2x4s, making sure that they were even. Then I'm going to take these 2 empty plastic water bottles. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a sharp instrument. This is just a crafting tool that I have. And then I'm going to repeat the process on the other bottle. Then I'm going to take a yarn needle and then I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to push it through one of the holes. And now I have both these water bottles on the same line of string. So next I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take these water bottles and I'm going to attach the string to the top of my brackets. Cut it and then I'm going to apply it onto the next hole on the other bracket. So I did cut out a decal with my Cricut cutting machine. If you don't have a Cricut cutting machine, you could always find a nice stencil or hand paint something on as well. Now I'm going to take this outside and we are going to show Zoe how this works. And so all she has to do is kind of come over and bite the water bottles or flip them and try and get the treats out. She also loves to play with the water bottles on the line.
I had a friend that was getting rid of their small nightstand. The drawers are in rough shape, so we're going to go ahead and just remove those. What I want is the cavity of the dresser. First thing I got to do is I got to cut off the little support bar that goes across the side. The best thing to do is to use a Sawzall. Now, if you don't have this mechanical tool, that's okay. Just use a regular saw. It's not hard, but what we want to do is open up the inside. Once we get those cut, we can remove the drawer slides, those metal pieces that are inside, usually using a screw or anything like that. Once we get it removed, the next step is to paint. Now, this gives me a chance to give you some fresh ideas on some good painting tips. When painting furniture, you always want to put out a coat of primer first. This gives the paint something to adhere to. I also use a brush. It's not that big of a project, so using a brush will allow me to get inside all the little grooves. Now on the sides, you can use a foam roller. Since I already had the brush out, I went ahead and used it. Once I get the outside painted in 2 coats, on the inside I want to make it a little bit cleaner for my pet. And the reason for that is they leave dog hair, dirt, everything like that. By putting this wallpaper and contact paper, it's going to make it easier to clean and make it a smooth surface. It's easy to apply, just cut it to the size that you need it, and then you'll start pulling the backing off. As you're going along, use your hand or a small squeegee to make sure you get all the wrinkles out. But once I got it on, it gave a nice, clean, smooth surface, just like this. Now it was time to put it in place. When I'm sitting at my desk, my dogs like to come in and say hi. But with this little place right here, I turned the dresser upside down, made some little pillows for him, put it on the top and the bottom. I was actually impressed with how it looked in the corner. It actually looked really good once I got the pillows in and everything. It was a great color. It matched the side of the walls. Now it's time for Millie, my little tiny little poodle. She absolutely didn't know what to do with it, but I think she started to warm up to it. She's kind of curious because she likes to perch like a cat up high. And look at that. She absolutely loved it. It's almost like she's nesting. She's just kind of making it her own and fluffing out that pillow. I hope this inspired you to build and upcycle your own dresser or furniture.
Seems like I'm always cleaning up the floor after my dogs get a drink. Here are 3 projects to help eliminate the constant need to wipe up the floor. First, you want to take a plastic plant saucer and some jute rope. Hot glue the rope to the edge of the saucer, beginning at the bottom. Place a dollop of glue, holding the rope in place just until it adheres to the glue. Then you just want to go around and around the bottom of the saucer until it is filled to the top of the saucer. This adds a decorative touch for only a few dollars. Once you reach the end of the rope, cut it off and then glue in place so the rope does not fray. Now you have a high-end looking saucer. Now you want to add a water bowl to the saucer and a few non-poisonous plants. I chose Creeping Jenny, but you can use whatever you'd like. Just make sure they are non-toxic to your dog in case he wants to have a little nibble. Then you want to add decorative stones. I chose black. You could choose white. You can choose whatever color complements your decor. Not only will these stones keep your plants and your bowl in place, they will drain the water to the bottom. Now fill with fresh water, and your doggies have a very pretty place to drink. Lottie loves it. Next, using a pedestal planter, remove the plants and add a water bowl that fits right inside the planter. Add some fresh water, and now you have a bowl that is at the right height for your dog. I used a little one because I have little dogs. You want to take a water bottle and drill holes about 1/2 inch from the bottom using a small bit. I drilled holes all the way around the bottom of the bottle. Using a large saucer, you want to put the bottle in the middle, hold it down, and add fresh water. The water from the bottle will constantly fill the water dish. Now all you have to do is fill the water bottle. I hope this inspires you to make one or all of these projects for a doggie that you love.